Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast, brought to you from I Music and Podcast Studios in downtown Boulder City. This is your host, Jill Lagan, CEO of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce. In each episode, we will highlight what makes Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam, the ideal place to operate your small business, explore world-class tourism attractions, and discover why we are the perfect place to live and unwind. All right, listening audience, we have a treat today, a yummy treat, actually, as we speak. We have James and Becky Hughes from Hangar 502. Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
This is a fun day because we are celebrating the next 3 or 4 shows, the Best of Boulder City. And you guys, congratulations, are the Best of Boulder City business of 1 year or less. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Pretty awesome. We did not expect it at all.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I really do love this program. I know that it's caused some people some angst, and that's okay. But it also really has been able to highlight and showcase some people that are doing things right, and they just stand out. And so congratulations on that. You guys are standouts.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah, it was. Didn't want to put too much into it. We just kind of shared it on our social media. Thought if it happens, it happens. Didn't want to be that aggressive business that puts it out every single day. And please vote for us. Please vote for us. We just wanted to see if it happened organically, and it kind of did. So we felt really good about it.
Yep, you guys did good. And so we've opted to do it a little bit different than the traditional so that you can only vote one time from one computer. So you don't have to stress out about spending your life trying to get everybody to vote for you. I do know that some people have done that and they're pretty aggressive, and that's okay because it plays into who and what they are and it's fun for them. But yeah, we didn't want it to take away from you guys doing business. We wanted this to be an addition to. So we're very glad that you guys won, and so congratulations on that. And we'll see what happens next year because you won't be able to be in that category again.
Yeah, for sure.
So share a little bit about the history behind how Hangar 502, that name. How did you get that name?
So the name Hangar 502 really dates back to when I was in the Air Force. So I was a helicopter mechanic / crew chief for 17 of my 20 years. And I was always working in an aircraft hangar. And with Boulder City being such a positive military town, first responder town, we've got the VA cemetery here. We just felt that Boulder City loved its military so much, and me being retired military thought that was a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. So really that's where it came from. We just said, let's call it a hangar, and let's replicate the hangars that I worked in at the best of our ability.
Well, I love
502 is the 502 Nevada Way.
Yeah,
so we wanted
address.
To pay homage to Boulder City as well.
Yeah, we get that quite a bit. What's the 502 represent? And I'm like, it's just the address. It's 502 Nevada Way. They go, okay, that makes sense.
It does. It makes total sense. I was really excited when we first started talking to you guys about this. And so I also am so grateful that you guys figured out an engineer, because it was an engineering feat, to be able to put the outdoor patio on that slant. You guys were brilliant in when you created that.
Work.
Yeah.
Many measurements.
Yeah, no joke, we must have taken 1,000 measurements with the contractors, with the deck builders, with everybody to make sure that height would be perfect so that when people sat outside, it was the counter height for them to be at a bar. And likewise, we needed our bartenders inside not having to reach 7 feet above them to pass drinks. So
it's a little hard for me to reach.
Our shorter bartenders. But for the most, it's such a cool thing. We're a little upset that the summer lasted so long. We kept waiting for fall's going to be great. Fall's going to be great. We could open our windows. And in reality, summer lasted so long, we really couldn't open them. And then we had that 2-week fall and then winter.
Yeah.
And then it's now too
cold.
It
was too cold. But yeah, it's a great gathering piece for people. Whenever they do sit out on the deck, they just love it. It's a good vantage point of all of downtown Boulder City. And
it is.
You just turn around and there's the bar right there. So it works out pretty well.
So I will be able to share that Don and Lori Rodriguez, they happened down there for the Christmas parade, and they thought for sure, came into about halfway, thought for sure they'd never find a space, and just happened to walk right over. There was a table right there. They looked around. Nobody else was looking for it. So they sat down. They were so happy. Yeah. They said it was a great place to watch the parade.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely, with that deck that's elevated overlooking the street, it is hands down the best place to watch the 4th of July and Christmas parade in Boulder City.
There you go. Yeah. That's going to become your new title.
Yep.
That is great. Well, we really appreciate you guys and are so grateful for you making such a large investment in Boulder City, because I know that could not have been an easy feat.
No.
But man, you just turned such an iconic corner for Boulder into a beautiful masterpiece. So congratulations on all your hard work and your amazing food, your great service. You guys are really the talk of the town. People are really mentioning how fun it is to hang out at 502 and that you guys are doing great. So I would love to learn a little bit more. So as you guys were putting this together, I realized healthy options is really kind of the theme of it all. Mm-hmm. So what made you want to go that direction, Becky?
I love sandwiches. I think sandwiches are just fun to make. They're different flavors. You can just build anything out of it. You can have a gourmet sandwich or you can have just a regular sandwich. I don't know. And they're basically healthy. Unless you put major crap on them. But most of the time, it's like your veggies and your protein and your bread, and it's one meal. It's, I just wanted something that was easy, but still could be made special.
Right.
And I don't know, when we're at home, that's pretty much how we cook. We cook whatever is in the kitchen, the leftovers, the veggies, that we just make a meal out of whatever we can, and it's always usually healthy. And we'd like to provide healthy options at Hangar because we want people to come back, and we like the way that our food makes them feel when they eat it. And it's, I don't know, it's
very creative in the way you named them and all of the different options and the different drinks and some of because your bar business has become quite a big deal too. Every time I've been in there, the bar's been pretty busy upstairs.
And that also goes with the healthy part too, because when we opened, I wanted to make sure that we had mocktails and non-alcoholic beverages because I want everybody to feel comfortable coming there, not just people that are drinking.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And they're very, very popular.
I bet.
Yeah, it's kind of a blessing and a curse to have all these really nice cocktails because talking about the Christmas parade, I mean, our bartenders because some of our drinks take them about 3 to 5 minutes to make.
Oh, right.
Because they're muddling fruit, they're mixing it, it's all about presentation for us as well. And they said at the end of the night, they must have made 50 or 60 different cocktails and mocktails throughout the night. And it's just time consuming. It slows them down, but I mean, I was very gracious that people were waiting. We were so busy. I was personally waiting tables outside.
Oh, my goodness.
And I just kept going by. I promise your drink's coming. I promise.
It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it when it comes. Yeah.
Well, obviously, they made quite a few, so they were all willing to be patient.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about times. When are you open? What are you doing now, and what's the game plan?
So right now, we've realized with the time change that just the evening time, we really slowed down a lot. I know on our website it says that we're open till 8 or 9 p.m. with the kitchen meat open till 7. But we've noticed the past month or so that we're just really slow after about 6:30. So for winter hours, which we're going to call them moving forward, we're opening at 11, closing down the deli and the kitchen at 6 p.m., but then the bar staying open till 7:30, 8 o'clock. Just depends. If we've got people in there, we're more than happy to stay open. If it's slow, then we're saving on payroll, we're saving on overhead, and we're locking up the doors and going home.
People understand that, and they appreciate that you care about your staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so eventually what we're working on now is we do want some breakfast and dinner options. We realize that we're getting a lot of feedback from the community. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of work over the past month or so exploring with some food options. And so going into the new year, once we get some new equipment in the kitchen that we're going to swap out, we're going to have some breakfast options. We'll start opening up at 10 o'clock in the morning. We've always said we wanted a brunch menu. So we've been doing a Sunday football menu, kind of a way for us to figure out what's working, what's not. So I think we've got some good data on that. And so we'll roll out a brunch menu that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then, we'll
have some more dinner options.
Have some more dinner options. And then what we think we're going to do is the deli will be open, say, from 10 to 6. And then starting at 4 p.m. until about 8 p.m., we'll have some dinner options where people can get some flatbread, some burgers, some hot wings. We're experimenting with some pasta dishes as well.
Oh,
so
great.
we definitely want to bring some other, again, healthier options for dinner.
That's awesome.
That people can eat and
Seasonal
feel really good
specials.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, seasonal specials. That would be great.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are using football fans as your focus group.
That's not working out so well.
Yeah. We're trying to use everybody as a focus group. I'm trying to make my rounds when I can. How'd you like it? What is anything you'd like to see different? So I think I've talked more in the past 6-7 months than I have in my whole life, but it's okay. It's been great getting to know everybody, where they're from, where they live in Henderson, Vegas, or Boulder City locals. just trying to get a feel of what people are enjoying and what we can bring to the table.
And so are you realizing that there are more locals, or is this more tourist traffic for you?
We've noticed that during the week, definitely locals, and we want to expand upon that. I mean, it's unfortunate right now that we're closed Tuesday, Wednesdays. Really just comes around payroll, and we're just not busy enough for it. We know that we need to build up that momentum to make it work for us. But we've always wanted to be local first, community first. That's been a pillar for us from the very beginning. And then on the weekends, we're still figuring it out. Some days a bus will drop off where we're at the hotel, and we've got 15 visitors from Europe, and they just want a real quick sandwich or something.
In and out.
So, and it's a mixture for us right now. I'd say we're probably 40 to 50% locals, and then on the weekends it's probably 60% Henderson.
No more. Yeah.
No more. And so we get a daily report every single day that tells us who came in and whether they're repeat customers or whether they're new customers. And we've seen our repeat go from about 20 to 30%, where it's now almost 50 to 60%.
Oh, great.
Of our clients and guests are repeats. So just keep coming back.
Different times that we have spoken and we've been over there, I've caught you out front or whatever, you've always quoted stats, and I've always found that fascinating. You guys know your numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
very
amazing.
important. That goes back to my days working in retail, because every night you have to look at the numbers. You got to figure out what's selling, what's not selling, why isn't it moving, and it's just fun. I think that's the most exciting part of my day is figuring out, we sold 20 turkey clubs. Like every day we try to convey that to the staff as well, so that they get excited and they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys definitely know your numbers, and I love that. You would have thrived in my stats class in college, which I hated, by the way. Did not do all that well in it either, but I just love that you guys really know where you're at. You understand your business. You're great business owners.
Thank you. Yes. It's been a whirlwind. Let's just say that much.
Yeah,
it's been very fun, very exciting, very stressful, very exhausting. Like it's been like having a newborn.
You're feeling all the emotions.
We feel all the emotions, and sometimes all of them in one day.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Some days we come in and something happens. We've had some equipment that's just shut down on us overnight, and we don't expect that. We walk in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and
we're throwing out $300
we're
of
throwing
produce.
out because
it went bad. I mean, there's just been little things, but we're learning, and it's great when you learn because every day gets better. We've made it through some crazy stuff, and it's just so much fun now because we have a solid team. Like every day just feels so much better.
I would imagine a solid team takes so much load off of your minds.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know that we've gone through quite a bit, whether it's more than a normal business, we don't know. But again, coming back to stats, so we've been open what's called 7 months now, and we've gone through about 28 employees in 7 months.
Wow.
Some that just weren't working out, weren't a good fit for us. Some they just, I'm shocked at how many people just won't show up, won't give you a phone call, won't even give you a text like, hey. And so our policy is if you're a no call, no show, sorry, we depend on every single team member to be there and show up. And when they don't, that puts more stress
the rest of the
on
staff,
the rest
not
of the
just
staff.
us, not the business. It's everybody. Everybody suffers.
So,
right. They all have to step up and work twice as hard.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So that's not the business that we're trying to run.
And we just had our staff Christmas party
fun.
the other Monday, so that was a good time. And the feedback that we got was, you guys are the best people to work for.
Oh,
and,
great.
It's been great working with you guys. And one of our staff members said that it doesn't feel like work. It feels like we're her second family. And when she comes into work every day, she's excited to see everybody. She's excited to be there, and that's really the culture that we were trying to create.
Absolutely, because that's the culture that creates the customer service you're trying to make sure that you provide.
Yep. That goes back to making really good sandwiches and just treating everybody well that comes in the door. Just making them have a good time.
Well, you guys are amazing. We sure appreciate that. So let's do a little bit of a quick, tell me, what was your first job, James? So did you ever see yourself owning a company like this?
No. So I've been a worker since I was 14. So I would say my very first job would be working as a mechanic with my stepdad. He owned his little garage shop there. And so that's what got me into mechanics and why I kind of joined the Air Force to do that. My second quick job after that, I guess official job, I was working in a grocery store. I was a bagger. And then I got to work in our local pizza joint that was also a restaurant. And I was still in high school, and I started off as a dishwasher, just like everybody, I think, in that industry, and worked my way up to assistant cook and then line cook and then
And
pizza
he's
cook.
really doing great with dishes still.
Yes, I think I'm the best dishwasher.
Steps in quite a bit.
But I think that experience, I think working in a kitchen and in a restaurant in high school, although that was 30 plus years ago, really had an impact on me, and I really enjoyed that. And just thought, who knows, one day it was kind of in the back of my mind, that'd be great for me, it would be to own a bar. And then when I met Becky and fell in love with her sandwiches and her amazing cooking.
So that's why he married you. Your amazing cooking
Amazing
and
cooking.
sandwiches.
My great work ethic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So those were my first job, and that's kind of how I got introduced to that industry. And again, at 17 years old, I thought, this is awesome. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, that's great. And I know you guys are realtors as well. So also trying to worry about details. You have to be very detail-oriented and have a vision and be creative. So incredible work. Thank you. And Becky, what was your first job?
McDonald's. I got hired at 5 days before I turned 15. I was very excited to get out of the house, and I was like, I can get paid money to go and spend time somewhere doing something. And I was the drive-through queen.
Oh, very cool.
Fast. I was very efficient.
Did you wear a crown?
I think I wore a hat. Yeah.
Okay.
Regular hat back then. Yeah, that was fun. I loved working at McDonald's.
Oh,
That
that's
was one of
great.
my favorite jobs, and I've worked many different places.
Well, and you're such a people person. I can imagine that social side of things. I realize you don't like to be the front of the business because you're constantly moving in the back of the business, but you're very sociable.
I feel like I'm very socially awkward most of the time in my business.
Well, I would never have said that or guessed
Thank
that.
you.
So
That's great. Great,
I don't
great
think so.
feedback.
Well, I think that first jobs always kind of lay the groundwork, and you can kind of see how it's going to evolve and where people are headed in their lives. And so another fun thing I like to ask is, what's something that your parents instilled in you that you still use today and that you can see it's left an impact?
My parents said, don't do something half-assed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's like simple.
Yep. If you're going to do it right, or you're going to do it over and over again until
Right.
it's done right. So that's just how I've always been.
Might as well.
I hold my staff accountable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well do it right because otherwise someone else is going to have to pick up the pieces.
Yep. Just do it right the first time. That's all. And everybody will be great.
Very wise parents. What about you, James?
I think for my dad, it was if you're on time, you're late. A lot of people think that is from the military, which again, that's hard quite a bit in the military as well. But I learned that very early on. I remember going on appointments with my dad, and we would literally be sitting in a car outside of a place 10 minutes before we're supposed to be there. But that was his policy. I took that with me. And I think with my mom, it was just having a strong work ethic. I can remember my mom, she was a nurse growing up. She ended up putting herself through PA school, and she was always working, and I always came home and provided dinner for us. She was an amazing cook as well. And just watching them too, how they interacted, really had an impact on me.
I can imagine. Work ethic, just as simple. You take care of your business and you handle things, and everything comes back around full circle. So they sound like amazing people that created two amazing people. We're very grateful for them. So here's another of my favorite things to ask. What book are you reading right now?
So I wish it would be something fun and exciting, but I'm a nerd at heart with some of that. I'm an Audible person as well. So right now I'm listening to business books when it comes to restaurants and personal development, big into that as well. So that's the majority of what I'm listening to right now are just podcasts and business books and restaurant books to make sure that we're doing it the right way, or at least the best way we can.
Well, I hope you're listening to the best damn podcast.
Yes.
We have fun. And so, Becky, what are you reading?
Well, I was reading The Nightingale, but I haven't picked it up since August because I really don't have time.
Yeah.
But I read a lot of recipes. That's what I would say. I'm always reading up on equipment, and I'm always Googling stuff to make the kitchen better and better food. And so
Efficiencies.
Efficient, yeah.
I just
You know-
love looking at recipes.
I do too. I love reading cookbooks. And so I'm almost disappointed that we get so many recipes nowadays on Pinterest and on your phone because I'll screenshot it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to save that. I never do. I always go back to that trusty bookshelf that has all of my favorite books in
And then
it.
you also, when you open the webpage, you get 17 other things, and you just want the
Yes.
recipe.
Yes, jump to the recipe and there's still ads in it.
Yeah. It's so
Yes,
annoying.
and I don't know why reading a cookbook and reading how other people do it and the history of measurements, and I love like Taste of Home where it tells the family
Yeah.
story about where that recipe came from. Why are we fascinated by that?
I
That
don't
is so
know.
crazy, but I love it.
Yep, food has just always been one of my things. I just love reading about it. I love eating. I love cooking. I love preparing the food. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thankfully, you're in the right business.
I know. Well, but going back to McDonald's, I always knew that I wanted to own my own business one day, and it had to be around food, whether it was like coffee, bakery, sandwiches was always a big one. So when we saw that building, I said, that's what I want. I want that to be my sandwich shop.
How cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we are so grateful you guys are in Boulder City. You're a true asset. And thank you for making that major investment and sticking it out, because I know it's tough. And like you said, every day is a whole set of emotions, but we're really grateful for you guys. So thank you for being here. Congratulations on being Best of Boulder City. And we cannot wait to see what happens next.
There's a lot coming.
Yeah, there's a lot coming down. Stay tuned.
We are just getting started.
Yeah, we're definitely just getting started. 2025, we're going to roll out a whole bunch of new menu options, a bunch of new things. Oh, I guess I can announce it here. Open mic night, starting on January 9th. They're moving away from the tap and coming to Hangar 502.
Oh, cool.
So all ages. So starting January 9th, Thursday, from 6 to 9 p.m., we will be the open mic night before they then transition and go down to Skinny Bar.
Oh, that's awesome. That is a great concept. So glad you guys they were keeping that alive, because I do know that's something that there's a lot of locals that love that.
Yeah.
That's fun. Well, congratulations on that big win too. And so listeners, you got to stay tuned because there's more coming. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This episode of the Best Damn Podcast has been a production of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce, brought to you from I&I Music and Podcast Studios. Please check out all the links and social media handles on our website as well at bouldercitychamber.com. You can find the Best Damn Podcast on all your favorite podcast directories. Like us and share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, discover, explore, and unwind in Boulder City.